This is the setup that I use for growing seedlings. As you can see, the lights are suspended from little hooks and chains, so they can be adjusted up or down to match the plant's height. These use just ordinary fluorescent bulbs like you get from the hardware store. It's not necessary to spend a lot of money on grow lights. Just use a cool bulb and a reddish bulb together and you'll get the full spectrum of light, and it will work fine. These are the cabbage seedlings that I'm going to be planting. As you can see, these are a red cabbage, and as you can also see, these are in soil blocks rather than the little 6-packs that you can buy. And here are broccoli, also in the soil blocks. I explain how to make soil blocks in mini farming for self-sufficiency because soil blocks encompass a lot more dirt, and they prevent transplant shock, and they contain a lot more nutrients, and they work a lot better, and they're cheaper. So that's why I explain how to use them. I don't use them for everything, but for broccoli and cabbage I definitely use them. We'll be planting these out a little bit later. We've previously gotten this bed ready for the year by cleaning out any cover crops, previous crop debris and things of that nature. And now I'm mixing in compost, some sea solids, and because I'm going to be growing broccoli in this year, I'm mixing in a little bit of borax because that's necessary for broccoli to not have a hollow stem. I've also tested the pH in this bed and applied lime. Proper pH is necessary for broccoli and all cabbage family crops in order to avoid a fungal disease of the root called clubfoot. Now that we've worked our amendments into the soil, I'm going to even it out a little bit just using a flat board so that we have a nice, smooth seed bed to work with. As you can see, this looks nice and smooth now. We're going to be planting red cabbage in this bed. Red cabbage needs a fair amount of space in between so that it has room for its leaves to grow, but we don't want to plant it too far apart. We want it close enough together that the leaves from the cabbage will suppress the weeds. I'm using this device to do the spacing. As you'll notice, it's a piece of U-channel that has nuts on the back side and both screwed into it with another nut that's used to keep it from screwing in all the way. This allows it to be nice and sturdy. It has holes drilled every inch. I describe how to make this in the book Maximizing Your Mini Farm. By using this, I can get consistent spacing for my cabbage. Okay, you've noticed the first set of holes. Just wiggle it around a little bit. I've got a nice set of holes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm going to do for the next set is offset it by about 6 inches so that the plantings are staggered. So here, 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 sort of like on a checkerboard. Hey, here I have my red cabbage seedlings that I grew in soil blocks. I showed you those inside earlier. Here's a really nice looking one. The soil block is just made of dirt, and I can just put this right in very easily. Because I have never stepped on these beds, the soil is very loose, and as a result I can just work it easily with my hands. What I do is I plant the cabbage all the way up to the first set of leaves, then tap in around it.